Oh, Anna wants in. Let me let her in.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi. I watched the show last night. I somehow missed it last spring when everyone else was watching. I don't know. There's so many shows to watch, you know.
I know.
I know. But it was great. I loved it. I enjoyed it. So unique and it's funny. So funny.
Thank you so much. It was a wild ride.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
When the press release I got said was a docu-series similar to The Office, I'm like, but it's not at all like that. It's way better.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. It's very unique indeed. And who would have known it would become part of pop culture? It's really bizarre and
Yeah.
amazing. It's really
Yeah. And
incredible.
the only thing I could think of that was similar is there was a reality show years ago. I don't think it lasted it wasn't that successful, called Joe Schmo, where it was like a reality show, but the Joe guy was the only one who didn't know that everyone else was actors. But it wasn't a
Yes, I
comedy.
heard of it. I never got to see it though. Yes. I
Yeah.
never saw it.
I
Yep,
never
I
saw it
heard.
either. I just saw like the ads for it. And I thought, that's
Oh, got it.
interesting.
Yeah.
But this is again way better. So,
hmm
So tell us about your character, Ines.
Yes, Inez de Leon is fabulous. She's this self-proclaimed boss babe with a real passion for fashion. And when she finds out that there's a position for four-person, that's her goal. She wants to be four-person. And then she sadly loses that role to Ronald. No hard feelings, but then she ends up finding her new purpose in this courtroom, this jury, in being the lunch ordering queen, and also the point person to coordinate all of the outings, like going to Margaritaville.
Right. And but you're not, I mean, you're playing the character, but
Yes.
that's what's weird about this show. It's like you're playing the character, but then you're really you. So it's strange.
It is strange. And honestly, I have this conversation many times that I always say that we're all kind of like our characters in a way.
Mhm.
And the beautiful thing about this show, and even starting out with it, is that the producers and directors and everybody involved really gave us carte blanche to really, create these give us creative freedom to create um these characters from the ground up.
Well, that's
So,
good.
yeah, no, it was wonderful because, one thing that they did say was that be careful of going way too far off, because then we're going to have to remember everything, because,
Right.
this went on for 3.5 weeks. So what I did was every night I would go home and write down everything that Ronald and Inez spoke about, because I had to keep track of the lies or the not truths or what I told him, you
Right.
know? So
Huh.
I had to just be very wary of that, because he caught on. He was really smart. He was really sharp. So he would remember a lot of things. And Inez and Ronald were very close. So I had to remember everything. Like, on the show at the time I was married, and in real life, Maria. And on the show, I was divorced, but I still had my wedding ring on, because Maria couldn't get it off, because Maria gained weight during COVID. So I kind of used that as also as part of my backstory.
Well, that's cool. I noticed that in the last episode when they did a lot of flashbacks and talking about stuff, that there were scenes we didn't get to see in the show. And I hope that maybe they'll do a DVD if they haven't already, so that we can see a lot of the stuff that they cut out. Because I'm sure there's lots they cut out because they
Oh my
had so
gosh.
much.
I think we were saying it's probably like more than 50 hours.
Yeah, well,
Like
nobody wants to
insane.
see the boring courtroom scenes that you had just to throw Ronald
Yes.
off the scent. But
Yeah,
some of the other
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a good article yesterday of an interview with James Marsden. So there was a lot of information there that I enjoyed reading. So was it nerve-wracking at all? I know you got to create your character, and there was a lot of improv involved, right?
Oh yeah, 90% of it was improvised because, and then the rest of it, there were suggested lines or scenarios. But again, we were at the mercy of Ronald
Mhm.
because we didn't know what he was gonna say or do. So, Ronald goes to the left, we have to go to the left. So a lot of it was the unknown.
Wow.
So yeah, it was quite scary at moments
Yeah.
because you didn't want to be the one to
To blow the
mess
whole
it
thing.
up. Yes, to blow up the whole thing. Oh my
Oh my God.
gosh.
I
Talk
can't
about
imagine
pressure.
what they would have done if somebody had done that. It's like,
I
or what
know.
if Ronald had turned out not to be such a nice guy? That would have been
Yeah.
a whole different show.
Yes. Yes. I mean, literally at any given moment, the gig could have been up, the jig would be up.
Yeah. Oh, well, you lucked out that it wasn't. So had you
I
done some
know.
improv before?
Yeah. So I've done a lot of um hidden camera shows. I did a lot of sketch. I had a Broadway show that it was autobiographical called the Latina Christmas Special.
Oh,
So I had improv in my background, but as far as long form improv, I didn't. I'm more of a comedic actress.
sure.
That's my background really. But sketch and creating characters, yes, that's my space.
So, are you all still keeping in touch? Good friends? You get together? What?
We do. I'm actually going to see Ronald over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Trisha, we're going to go play pickleball. So yes, we all very much love each other. We're on different
Oh,
group texting chains, and we all very much love and support one another. It's like this little family. It's like
that's
this little
great.
club too, because doing the show, we had to have such a level of trust for one another
Sure.
and know that we're going to have each other's back because it was scary. Like I think more than anything initially it was scary because everything was just the unknown, and you really, the pressure of messing it up,
Right.
of blowing it up, that was you know scary. But at the same time there had to be this part of yourself to surrender to the moment and just be in the moment. And then
Right.
that's when the nerves would go away,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
good. Sort of got lost in your character a little bit.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you hear about all the time actors say, "Oh, we were like a family," but it's not. I don't think it's true most of the time. But you had such a unique experience that I think it probably is true.
Oh, it's really true. Yeah, it's like this club because we had to really have each other's backs like completely and implicitly because like I said, at any moment Ronald would find out or be curious about something or question something. And so we were always, there for each other. And yeah, that's why, it's a little bit different than
Yeah,
any other show because this
sure.
one was like, we had to have this complete surrender to one another as well.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be kind of like making a movie, except you were on more and together
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, besides the sort of working without a net aspect, what was the hardest part of making the show?
Wow, I think there's a few things. I think as much as it was really one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I think the most difficult part is that what you guys don't get to see you know, is that after the show, after I'm sorry, not after the show, after each day, after we wrapped each day, it's exhausting because
Mhm.
our call time, we would have to show up at the Huntington Park court at around 5 or 6, hair and makeup ready. Okay.
Mm.
Camera ready. So we couldn't get ready there. We had to be
Right.
ready to rock and roll. And we would end around 5 or 6. but there was never a cut. There was never
Right.
a break. So, not like in a regular show or
Sure.
film where, there's a break. Okay, now you guys have, 2 hours for a break or whatever it is. There's no cut. So it's like you had to be completely present at all times. So I think that was the difficult time, because I remember I would be like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. And the weekends, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to like veg out, because we would have to take notes. What did Ronald say? Is there something important that we should know for the next day? Or we're no longer doing the scene because Ronald, Ronald thinks this way. So we're cutting this out and adding this. So it was literally, I mean, day
Yeah.
to day, it would change.
That sounds very stressful and exhausting, but at least your
Yes.
work paid off and you got a big
Thank
successful
you.
show.
Thank you. It's
Very funny. And
exciting.
I don't say that lightly because although I do like to laugh, a lot of today's comedies I don't find very funny. I'm older, so I like the old ones.
I
But
agree
I
with you though. I
find it
agree
very
with
funny.
you. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So besides the fact that it was successful and you made these friends, what was the best part of making the show?
Oh gosh. Um, I think the best part of it was, I mean, it's gonna sound so like Pollyanna, but the friendships made with all these wonderful actors. And I think it shows because there was such chemistry with all of us, and we didn't test together either, by the way.
Wow.
We didn't test. We met for the first time during rehearsal day 1. So it was, we all connected on so many levels, and I think it's such a rarity um to have that. I mean, at least for me, and I get along with everybody,
Right.
but it's such a deeper connection with your castmates, just because of the nature of the show.
Mhm.
And it's special. So I would, and also I have to say, with our producers and directors, they had our backs at all times. I mean, we were so lucky to have them, because we never felt like we were going to fall.
Oh, that's
Whenever, I mean, we may not have known what we were doing. At times we're like, do you know what you're doing? And they're like, no. I'm like, me too. I don't know, what are we doing? So, but we never felt like we weren't taken care of. So
that's
that was
good.
really important. We didn't feel alone.
Yeah. When they showed the people behind the scenes, behind the cameras and everything, it looked like they were really had a tough job, but they were on the ball. Looked like it.
Oh, 100%. They were with us 100%. So that was nice to know that there was support there,
That's
that
good.
you weren't alone.
Now, have you ever been in jury duty in real life?
No,
No. Wow.
haven't. I almost did, but then, so I got picked, but then they settled.
Oh,
So I
right.
never got to experience it.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
so I
was
never have.
unfortunately in a really bad experience in jury
Oh
duty.
God.
But the good thing about it is that now if they call me for jury duty, I just talk about how horrible it was and they're like, okay, you don't have to do it.
There you go. See, now
I
you
use
know, you
my
got all the
trauma.
tools. Yes. I love it. I love it.
Do you think you might get a second season? Do you think they'll be able to come up with something to do it?
Listen, the optimistic Maria says absolutely 100%. But who knows? I
Right.
know, part of me is like, yes, let's do a second season. That would be amazing. And then the other part of me is like, we had something so special. I don't know if we'd be able to recreate that again. And I
Right.
don't know if I would want to, because it was so special. It was one of a kind.
Hmm.
And I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
almost like I think in order to do a second season, they'd have to wait a while and then have a completely new group of people, almost
Yeah.
because
And
otherwise
see,
people
I
would
wouldn't want
know.
that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want that. I would
No,
want it
I
to be me.
know.
No
It's
second season if it's not all the same cast. Forget about it.
well, it's like an anthology show. Let's call it
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes.
So, are you still in Tacoma FD, and are you working on season 5 yet?
So we did the 4th season. It's now available on Netflix. which is really cool because it was just on True TV. So fourth season we did and is now airing. And I haven't heard anything about a season 5 yet. So I'm hoping, but I don't know.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. That's a funny show too. I haven't had time to watch it very much, but the little bit I've seen of it has been very good.
Oh my God, it's so fun. And
Yeah.
oh my God, those guys are hilarious. My
Yeah.
Lord. Oh,
So do you have anything else coming out that you'd like to tell us about?
well, I can't talk about it per se, but I am going to be working on a film in March, which is very exciting, but I'm not able to talk about it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
But yeah,
understand. That's good. I'm glad you have more to do.
yes, it's exciting. And with the strike over, it's kind of it pushed everything. It kind of,
Sure.
with award season too, it's been very busy on that front.
Yeah.
So things are starting to pick up a little bit more now too, which is great because the whole year basically was like,
Yeah, I know. I didn't have a lot of interviews while
yeah,
you guys were
I
all on
know we
strike
couldn't talk
and
about anything. Yeah,
yeah, no, I had like directors and producers.
and writers.
I
Well,
mean,
not
it
the
was
writers,
interesting,
not
don't
the
get me
writers.
wrong, but I have very many of them, so.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I've had enough of you.
No, I just, actually, I wish I got to speak with more writers because they're the ones that like create the show and they know more about the stuff going on. But, I like to talk to actors, so
Of
it's hard.
course. I know, I know, I know.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to me today and
Oh, of course. It was so nice talking to you, Suzanne.
thank you. And you have a good weekend.
Thank you so much. You too. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
You. Bye-bye.
Bye.